feel like we look good. Hair check. Oh, gotta look good.
Hat check. Hair check.
Unique New York. Unique New York.
New York is unique. Says the. Look at that. That's good.
You like that?
I love
baby.
I love when we get something to start the episode with. All right. All right. Welcome back to the Cinema Clubhouse podcast. I am Travis.
And I'm Travis. No, I'm
Whoa, Will. You totally threw me off. I was ready to get in the mode, and now I don't even know where I'm at. Where is this? Today, Will, another very exciting episode. Would you like to know why?
Please tell me, Travis.
All right. Well, Will, a long time ago, we decided that we were going to do a podcast.
Oh,
which was exciting. And I'm glad we decided
what this
that.
is.
It is. We're here. And because we decided that in the past, today we're fulfilling one of the ideas we came up with, and that is another Mount Rushmore.
Another one.
Another one. We're doing another Mount Rushmore.
They're fun.
They're fun, you know. It's like a cheat list because it's not presented as a list, but it kind of is.
I see what you're going.
Okay. You know, here we only like to do lists disguised as other things.
Sure.
So that's what this is. So, another Mount Rushmore. This time, though, movie villains.
It's a good one.
It's a good one. There's been a lot throughout cinematic history, a ton of great movie villains.
A lot to choose from.
A lot to choose from. We're going to try to narrow it down on who we think belongs on that mountain.
4, you think?
4. I think 4.
Okay.
I don't think there's a 5th spot yet. Not to my knowledge.
Not yet.
Not yet. So, we're going to do 4. Pick the 4 that we think would fit the best. And, just go from there.
That sounds fair to me.
Okay. So, similar to last time, these are not necessarily our 4 favorite, but 4 that would represent what we'd want to see on a mountain of villains. Like, who deserves to get their face etched up on that mountain, Will?
The best representative. And, I think a lot of these Mount Rushmores, the formatting, the criteria that each of us use is going to evolve.
Yeah.
It's not always going to be the same thing. That's kind of the way this one shook out too. Tried to kind of go one direction and then kind of pivoted.
That's right.
Halfway through.
That's right. So, simple enough. Now let's get into it. Let's do it.
You want to start us off this time?
I'll start us off. How
Heck
about
yeah.
that?
Heck yeah.
All right. Well, when you think of movie villain, a lot of villains probably come to mind. Anywhere from, I was going to say something, and then that immediately, as I started to say it, the words disappeared like the Star Wars scroll in the sky, and now it's gone. So
Rewind,
doing something else. When you think of movie villains, there's a lot that probably come to mind. And there were some obvious ones, but I didn't want to be just obvious. But then I thought, sometimes obvious is correct.
It's obvious for a reason.
Yes. It has to be, right? So my first spot goes to no other than Darth Vader.
Yep.
To me, he's the blueprint of what a villain is and what a villain stands for. He's menacing. He's scary. He's got a cool design. He's got a cape. What else?
Villains need capes. Do anyone have capes?
Will's villain needs capes. We're going to start a campaign.
Imagine mine with capes when I say that.
I actually thought they all had capes. This is news to me. They don't.
I thought that was a requirement.
Darth Vader, blueprint of what a movie villain should be. Menacing by a noise. A breath. Just breathing is scary. But, there was a bunch of mystery around him when he first popped on screen.
Yeah.
One, what is this? Is this a man? Is it a robot? We're not sure.
Is it both?
Is it both? We weren't sure for a long time. But I think just the presence is enough. But then a lot of his actions fit.
Villainous.
Yeah, they're villainous.
Yeah.
He's not a good guy.
Yeah.
He belongs on this because he's one of the first that comes to mind when I think of movie villains, and an iconic design, it also helps.
I would imagine when you're having the villain conversation, he pops up first for a lot of people.
I think so.
Full disclosure, I was 100% sure that you'd include him in your Mount Rushmore. and I didn't want to look like a copycat.
Well,
I guess I could have just, gone first and made you look stupid.
yeah. And let's be honest, your list was definitely made before mine, so you could take. I had it first, but that's my first spot. He belongs up there.
Rightfully belongs. I probably would have put him on mine. I knew he would land on one of our lists, so that was good enough for me. But yeah, like you said, prototype villain.
Yeah.
Maybe like the villain for generations.
Oh yeah, I mean a villain of over a whole galaxy, right?
Over a whole galaxy, far, far away.
Far away. But yeah, he's awesome. He's a great villain.
Yeah. No argument here.
Yeah. He lives up to, what you expect from him.
Yeah. Perfectly placed. I agree. So kind of my criteria when I was making my Mount Rushmore this time. The first time we did this, I kind of was looking toward the symbolism of the actual Mount Rushmore and kind of how that could translate. It was easier to distinguish those with the category we were doing, but this time was a little more murky. And so the way I went this time was just kind of the four, not the four, but just four archetypes of villains that I wanted to include. Just a little bit of diversity in like the types. And so the first one I went with is kind of the mastermind.
Okay.
The one that's calculated, intelligent, just in control of the whole situation.
Yeah.
The first one that came to mind for me there was Hans Gruber from Die Hard.
Of course.
There's probably smarter movie characters that have come before and after Hans Gruber, but really he's kind of, again, another one of those prototypes for this type of villain. Just the quintessential cool, calm, collected.
Yeah.
Never really rattled, totally resourceful, in control of the whole situation. Really his only like demise is that John is also resourceful, but makes some risky moves that Hans probably calculated would not be a factor.
Right. Yeah, he doesn't really take the numbers into consideration, which goes against what his whole plan was. So that's probably why John put a Rich in his plan, because he's like, there's no way this guy would try these things.
And I mean, Alan Rickman, he's able to put his stamp on a number of different villains. But just his performance, he's terrifying because he doesn't have to say that much.
Right.
He's the puppet master of everything. Yeah. He's got his henchmen doing all the dirty work while he just kind of sits back, calculates the situation. But yeah, just always in the command of the room. Like you never really know what he's gonna do, but he does.
Right.
And yeah, he's just one that the more I kind of went down the list of options, like he just had to be included.
Yeah, no, he definitely popped in my head. He's one of the first villains. I mean, outside of Darth Vader, right? Just a person villain.
Yeah,
he's great, and of course he comes to mind because, I mean, he's iconic, an iconic performance in an iconic movie.
Yeah, and there's lots of copycats that came after him.
Right,
like, all of the diehards in a
right
movies like have some form
have their Hans Gruber. Yeah.
They even had his cousin.
That's right.
Or no, his brother.
Yeah.
Right? Brother? Cousin?
Brother? I think
brother, yeah.
Yeah.
So
no, it's good.
To the well.
That's good. That makes sense. He's definitely the mastermind. I like how you break. See, Will, I like how you break these down.
And
so much better.
One thing you'll kind of notice through these, like, there's a little bit of overlap in some of these types of villains too. Like they have multiple qualities from these, but for this specific archetype, Hans Gruber is the guy.
That's good. I like it. All right, we got our first two spots, two iconic villains that definitely deserve to be up there
easily.
It's no question. I think we'll continue to go through. And I think our villains deserve to be up there.
Yeah.
Unless we throw a random one in there. Who knows? I could change my list, Will. There's still time. Don't tempt me with a good time. All right. My second spot. Again, this one, I'm trying to think. Darth Vader's very iconic and easily recognizable. Another villain that would be equally as like go to right away. My mind was trying to think of these, villains, icons of villainy over like cinematic history. And the next one I went with was Dracula.
Heard of him.
I heard, yes. He's been around a little bit. I think, I feel like he was like an original villain and monster and just,
He's that carryover from like literary villains too.
right. Right. And he's been doing it for centuries.
Yeah.
And there's been plenty of adaptations, and all of them are just as evil as, when we first saw him on screen. So I think he's stamped his way up onto that mountain.
Do you have a specific one in mind? Like
That's good.
The best representation for you?
That's good. That's real good. That's real good. Maybe a hot take. I do love this interpretation of Dracula. I don't think he's my favorite like villain version of him,
Yeah.
but Dracula Untold, I think, is highly underrated.
Oh,
With Luke Evans, I think it's a unique take, a new take on this character that we know so well.
so Luke Evans going up on your Mount Rushmore.
Well,
That's the face.
I don't think that's the one. I said I just like that one. No, there's been great ones.
Yeah.
Gary Oldman is one I think of often. Although the thing he had him against in that movie was I think Keanu Reeves' accent was way scarier than Gary Oldman's Dracula.
It's terrifying.
It was really scary.
Yeah.
And the fact it made it in is even scarier. No, but I think just Dracula as a symbol,
Yeah.
is a great villain, and he's got supernatural abilities, which always makes a villain a little scarier.
Yeah.
But
I mean, he survived a long time.
he's been around for a long time.
It's the kind of alpha vampire.
Yeah,
Um,
the vampire.
he's the vampire. Yeah. He was one I considered on mine, kind of when I was going another direction.
Yeah,
Again, just goes back to literary stories. That's kind of redundant.
literary stories.
Yeah, just
That's what we'll call this episode.
no, please. But yeah, he's got that carryover into movies, and gosh, how many times have they done Dracula at this point?
Hundreds, probably.
And I mean, I considered Nosferatu in that too.
It
Like
is
it's
that.
it's the same story.
They only called it that because they didn't have the rights to Dracula, so
Yeah.
they changed the name. They're like, well, we don't know what that is,
Yeah,
but it's the same thing.
yeah. I think definitely has a rightful place when you're looking at just iconic. Like
Yeah,
he's the monster.
Yeah.
basically.
yeah.
Yeah, I like it. That's good.
Thank you, Will.
I'll kind of stay in the similar vein.
Okay.
Next one I went with, the kind of villain, is just the force of nature, or monster,
Mm-hmm.
monstrous force, if you will. This doesn't necessarily have to be a literal monster. It doesn't have to be a vampire, or,
Right.
something like that. But just that unstoppable force that doesn't really have any like motivation necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly purpose, but not necessarily motivation. It's just a physical threat. And I was kind of juggling a few different options for this one. The one I ended up settling on was the Terminator, specifically the T-1000.
That's good.
I originally was going to go with the T-800, Arnold's version, but
Yeah.
kind of was softened along the way.
Yeah.
Um,
It loses its punch.
loses its punch a little bit. And gosh, the T-1000 is just terrifying.
Yeah. And
Not
you can't escape it.
Yeah, not necessarily as physically imposing as Arnold,
Right.
but I mean, like Robert Patrick's eyes, just
Yeah.
terrifying.
Yeah.
Obviously a more evolved Terminator. Just that unstoppable force. Like I said, I don't think there's really a better example than the
No.
T-1000.
Yeah, and something that like you go up against that you like have no answers for, that also makes a villain really scary. And like that is a good representation of that. Like just like you're screwed. Like,
and it just takes the Terminator concept to the next evolution. Like, before, it was already an impossible situation, but now it can take on the form of anything it touches.
right.
It can be the floor.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
a
A villain that's the floor.
yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah. So, I mean,
Jump on the table. It's the table.
yeah. Again, I just think he's the best version. I think about the quote that Kyle Reese says in the first movie, not necessarily referring to the T-1000, but the Terminator in general. Just it can't be bargained with. It can't be reasoned with. It doesn't feel pity or remorse or fear, and it absolutely will not stop ever until you're dead. I mean, shaking your
Enough
boots
said.
yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. And again, that is another just great picture of what a villain in a movie is.
Yeah.
And it showed you new things too. I think that's why that one's so scary, because it's just like it kept doing stuff that you never even thought of, and you're like, ugh,
Yeah.
now what? And that's the whole situation they're in. Now what?
Yeah.
Well, we'll just keep trying. That's a good one. Well, I see that one never even came across when I was thinking, but definitely deserves to be
not
on
a
the mount.
literal monster, but
No.
like in the same vein.
Yeah, like you said, the force of nature, just like something that you just can't.
Yeah.
You can't even comprehend of how to defeat.
Yeah.
That's a good one. All right, we're cruising through this. We're cruising through these villains.
Yeah.
It's good. We have good mountains so far. I like them. Yours is always better than mine, but hey, that's all right.
I think we're on even footing so far.
I think so. I think now let's get off. Every time
How are you going to wreck this?
I could wreck it. I could wreck it real bad. Okay, next villain. This one is, I think, my first one that's just a guy. Like, he doesn't have any supernatural abilities, no enhancements.
Okay.
It's just a man, which to me, can be more scary because these can exist in the real world, and that's terrifying. My next one is Hans Landa from Inglourious Bastards.
We both got Hans.
We both got a Hans on there. Christoph Waltz's performance in this,
Terrifying.
it's terrifying. And it's just, I think that you feel the joy in him. Like he enjoys what he does.
Yeah.
But what he does is so sinister and despicable. And that is hard to separate. And he also seems one step ahead of everybody at all times.
For sure. I mean, he fits that mastermind mold.
Yeah, and so like it must be a Hans thing. You're just masterminds. But there's no reasoning.
German ingenuity.
That's it. There's no reasoning with him. He has what his mission is, and if you're in the way of that, you won't be for long.
Yeah.
And but just like the calmness in him makes him such a great villain. Like he's never like insane over the top. He always is in control of every situation. And just the opening of that movie, it tells you what you're going to be dealing with.
Yeah.
And you're not enjoying, this guy that's in charge of this, because he's going to win. And yeah, just menacing, just sadistic, but like the joy that he gets, and you see,
Yeah.
that's what makes it a scary villain.
Like you said, that opening scene just sets the stage perfectly.
Yeah.
Just so uncomfortable the whole time. Just you know what's coming.
Yeah.
And he just keeps delaying it.
Yeah.
Because like you said, he's savoring the moments.
Yeah. And just like how he just is like, he knows the end of this conversation before he even starts it. And just when you think, maybe there's an out.
Yeah.
And then he quickly shuts the door and he's like, nope, there's no out. And yeah, he's
one of those villains you're absolutely thrilled about when he actually gets his comeuppance.
That's right. Like, and you're hoping he does, because you're like, this is going to be a long movie for these people and these characters. And yeah, but his performance made that.
Did he win for that one?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
He won for a racist and a non-racist.
Hey.
Look at this guy. What a great man.
I know.
He can do it all.
So well rounded.
No, but his performance is what made this villain just jump off the page and just, come to life. And I believed those types of people definitely existed in the German army.
Yeah.
But just see it unfold was just like, it was like, my goodness,
Yeah.
this guy. But definitely deserves to be up there. He's definitely as bad as they come.
Yeah. Man, that's Hans. Now I just got to be totally skeptical. Skeptical?
Skeptical. Now we're going to judge people based on their names.
I know.
My name's Hans. Ooh. Are you sure it's not Han?
I need you to answer some questions for me.
Yeah. Fill out this paper first. So there's my third spot on the mountain.
It's good. Kind of matching, like I said, a little bit of what I'm going for here.
Mm-hmm.
Next one I'm gonna go with. Let's see if you can guess it from this quote.
Okay.
Some men aren't looking for anything logical like money. They can't be bought, bullied, reasoned, or negotiated with. Some men just want to watch the world burn.
That's great. And
this one was an inevitable.
Yeah.
For me.
Mr. J-Man himself.
Mr. J-Man himself. I went with the Joker in this one.
Of course.
Representing that sort of agent of chaos.
Yeah.
Just like the object is not any sort of monetary gain or revenge plot or anything like that. It's literally just to cause as much destruction as he can.
Which is worse.
Yeah, which is worse.
Because that means there's no end to it.
Yeah, and there's no defeating him.
Right.
You can put him away.
Right.
You could kill him.
But the itch is always there, and it's never can be filled with anything except just pure chaos.
Yeah, and that's what makes him so scary and what I believe is like one of, if not the best modern villain.
Oh, yeah.
Just kind of, I don't know if he necessarily was the first of his kind, but like when I think of the modern villain, he's that perfect representation.
Mm-hmm.
Just the enemy you can't defeat because he doesn't have any sort of his goal is, like I said, just destruction and chaos.
Right.
And that's the perfect kind of foil for a Batman.
Right.
Like he even mentions in the movie, it's a unstoppable force meets an immovable object.
Yeah.
Again, it's just makes him terrifying because he doesn't care if he dies.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, as long as the chaos has started, that's all that matters. And yeah. Again, another villain that you can't defeat, or there's no weakness. There's no.
He's not physically imposing, really.
Right.
I'm talking specifically of the Heath Ledger Joker.
Right.
To be clear.
Yes.
But yeah, not a physically imposing Joker. He can handle himself.
Yeah.
But like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He's, like I mentioned earlier, there's a little bit of overlap in some of these archetypes. There's a little bit of the mastermind kind of floating in that one.
Well, yeah, and I think that all of them have the same elements. That's why they're a good villain.
Yeah. But yeah, he was one that was, if you've watched the show before, he's been brought up a number of times, and to me, he's my favorite villain. So
yeah,
he had to make the list.
Yeah, he definitely deserved to be up there. He was definitely on my list, knowing you would probably have him on yours. We traded, I'll take Vader, I'll take Joker. As long as they're on a mountain, we're good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely deserves to be up there. Definitely, again, another performance that just brought this villain, took it to the next level. Mm-hmm. A level that you weren't, certain you were going to get to. So yeah, that's good. That's good.
Had to be there.
These are good. These are sadistic evil mountains we've created.
There's a lot of great villains out there. There's a lot of honorable mentions too that could easily make up their own Mount Rushmore.
Oh yeah. But, yeah, there's no shortage when it comes to, movie villains of great ones and ones that, were just sinister.
You can make the case.
You can make the case. All right, this last spot was, like I said, when you get to the fourth one, you're like, when you start the list, you have so much ambition. Like, this is going to be great. Yes, yes, yeah. And then you're like, there's only one more spot. Mm-hmm. So you're like, gosh, you really need to think about it. This was a harder spot to fill for me because I feel like I hit like the icon, the visual icon, the original. I feel like I hit that. And then I just felt like just the most sinister. I felt like I hit that. So it's like, I don't really know what's left that I need to touch on. And so this one took me a lot of thinking to do, but I went with I did cheat in the fact of revert to a favorite.
Okay.
For this last spot.
Okay.
I went with Maleficent.
Okay.
I feel like Maleficent takes a kind of normal fairy tale villain and turns it on its head a little bit, and it seems way darker than normally in the fairy tale stories. Mm-hmm. But Maleficent has always been one of my favorite villains. Visually, she's stunning. She's cool. But also just pure evil. She's just pure evil. I mean, cursing a baby because you didn't get invited to their birthday parties, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. I get it.
I get it. I mean, no one likes to be left out, okay? But no, just she embodies evil for like all fairy tale stories. Like I feel like she's a poster child of what that is and takes it to a darker, deeper level than most touch on.
Yeah.
And she can turn into a dragon. So
that's a good quality.
That's cool.
Yeah. I mean, at any time you can include dragons, I can't speak tonight.
That's okay.
Anytime you can include dragons, like that's
bonus
that's
points.
the trump card right
that's
there.
That's it. It's like, oh, dragons? Okay, you win.
Yeah, but no, that's definitely an interesting pick. Very iconic look, like you said. One of those early Disney villains who, I mean, need a little bit of Disney villain going on.
Yeah.
On this list, I'd expect nothing less.
I got Star Wars. I got Disney.
Yeah,
I covered all my bases. Okay.
But yeah, it's again definitely terrifying in the way she's animated. Again, kind of one of the first there, along with like the Evil Queen, like kind of in a pick'em.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah. I gave Snow White love last time, so I was like, we need to spread this.
Yeah, it can't all be Snow White.
I jokingly I thought about putting Jenny from Forrest Gump in this spot because she's you break down how she treats Forrest throughout that whole movie. She's pretty sadistic. She's pretty evil.
Yeah.
And she deserves to be up there.
All-time villain.
All-time villain.
That's a good list.
We could have a whole episode on that and breaking down why she is one of the worst movie villains.
Maybe we'll do a Mount Rushmore of unintentional villains.
Unplanned villains? Yeah. Because there are some. You don't intend to be the villain and it just happens.
Yeah.
But that's my mountain, Will.
Solidified.
I feel like Maleficent and Dracula share similar vibes.
Yeah.
So I didn't have a ton of diversity, but
I think this is diversity there.
I feel like I have a good mountain. I'm happy with it.
It looks good. So the last one I'm going to pick, again, this is kind of my Darth Vader replacement, if you will.
Got it.
Sort of went with the modern day Darth Vader.
Got it.
In a way. In the sense that it's kind of reverberating through pop culture the same way. Part of a big action sci-fi franchise like Star Wars. I went with none other than Thanos for my last pick.
That's good.
Kind of representing the ideologue sort of villain, the one that's kind of philosophical and like righteous in what they believe, what their the way they believe in their cause.
Right.
They believe they're in the right in their own sadistic way.
Right. There's no like this is wrong. It's like I don't understand why there's so much hesitance to this.
And I mean, a lot of his philosophy is right. Like
right.
He's in his own awful way he's trying to save the universe.
Yeah.
It's why they made him the protagonist essentially of Infinity War.
Yeah.
But like any villain, he takes it a step too far.
Yeah.
He only sees his vision, and won't consider alternatives.
Yeah. His way, highway.
Yeah.
That's it.
And he's powerful enough to enact his vision.
True.
But yeah, like I said, he's kind of the new generation Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Just because of, like, who would have thought 10 years ago that, like, just the casual movie viewer would know Thanos.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, he's definitely iconic now because of the journey that we went on to, to take him out. He was the big bad for so long.
Yeah.
And the payoff was good.
Delivers on a number of levels, whether it's, the philosophies, the movies are a lot of the movies and shows you still see, like, Thanos was right.
Yeah.
Pop up.
Oh, yeah.
Those people are delusional, but again, so what makes him a good villain is there is an element of truth.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of villains you can, for the most part, I think, pull out Joker. You can see how they got to where they got to.
Yeah.
And you can relate to a level. But again, like you said, they always take it a step too far, and that's what makes him the villain.
Yeah.
And
but the way he's just so steadfast in his belief and his cause, it's what makes him dangerous.
Yeah.
And, a lot of people paid the price for
half the universe.
Yeah, half the universe.
Yeah.
But
That's good. No, that's good. Your mountain is very good and very well rounded. I feel like you hit all the levels of what makes a good villain and what you expect to see from a good villain. I feel like yours all.
Yeah, you got to.
There's some overlap, but they all share that. They all do something different enough that you're like, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, like you kind of hit on earlier. You want to hit that iconography.
Yeah.
The looks got to be there. The intrigue, the motivation, like all that's kind of what goes into making great villains. And I think the 8 that we settled on are all
good.
That.
That's good. All right, Will, we did our Mount Rushmore of movie villains.
Yeah.
I'm pleased with both of these lists. Again, like you said, there's a lot of there's a lot of villains that could be up here too, and I would not have any problem with it.
Yeah.
It's hard when you narrow it down, but I think we have a good representation of cinematic villainry on these mountains.
These are the official lists.
That's it.
I'm sorry, not lists. It's the official mountains.
The official mountains with it. This is not a list, Will. Remember?
The villain Mount Rushmore.
That's right.
Yeah.
We nailed it.
2 great ones, but what about you guys? Who would be on your all-time villain Mount Rushmore? Let us know down in the comments. While you're down there, leave us a like, subscribe to the channel, become part of the conversation. Until next time, join us for another Cinema Clubhouse podcast.